Elisabeth Kendall is a senior research fellow in Arabic and Islamic studies at Pembroke College, Oxford. She regularly works in the field, particularly in Yemen and Egypt.
It was a huge shock, both to me and to the colleagues I was with when the news broke. We'd been following this case and we thought that there was no way that it could possibly go through to a sentence like that because Matthew was very clearly undertaking research and wasn't guilty of spying.
Can I ask you this about academic work? Is there a blurred boundary between spying, research, consultancy? PhD students, they're working for different groups, they'll be doing research, they'll know that their work, if it's published, will be picked up and used by foreign offices and military intelligence in different parts of the world. Is that what's going on here, do you think?
That might be what's going on, but I should point out that this is nothing unusual at all. It might look blurred in the eyes of a regime in some place in the Middle East, but it doesn't look blurred from this end. It's quite natural for the Foreign and Commonwealth Office to read academic papers and academic books. Indeed, sometimes the Foreign Office even commissions research. And we should just make clear here that this has got nothing to do with Matthew Hedges.
Does this have implications for how safe academics are in some sensitive parts of the world, engaging in research of any kind?
I wouldn't draw a link between various government institutions being interested in academic research and safety of academics abroad. But I would say that the safety of academics working abroad is clearly a concern and possibly a growing concern. I note that anyone now who's working on contemporary research, rather than, say, historical or anthropological or literary research, is going to be rethinking whether the countries that they're going to are going to be good host countries. I'm remembering now the case of Giulio Redeni, the PhD student at Cambridge, who was brutally tortured, mutilated, and murdered in 2016 in Egypt. He was researching into labor unions, and it's widely believed that he was killed by forces within the Egyptian security services, although I must stress this has never been proven. So it just points up the dangers.
The British educational institutions, the universities, there are quite a few of them who have branches in Dubai. It's clearly a bit of a money spinner. You do have to wonder how much academic freedom those institutions can be operating under.
Yes, you do have to wonder that. And my guess would be that they don't touch any research that has to do with government policy or foreign policy or international relations to do with the host regime, that they're probably mostly focused on humanities and sciences other than those. I imagine there's quite a high level of self-censorship because everybody would like to avoid that awkward situation where you're told that you need to put a lid on the research that you're undertaking. I think the rules are there, even though they're unwritten.
Academic Elisabeth Kendall here.